Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lila and I love to talk about books, and today is officially March. February's over and that means we get to do a wrap up of all of the books that I read in the month of February. So get comfy, get cozy, and let's talk about books. Spoiler alert, February has been, or I guess was, an absolute banger, absolute phenomenal reading month for me. Like, if another month can top this, I will be shocked. I will be so shocked. We started the month off so strong with Hollow by the Twisted Sisters, Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. This book I rated a 4.5. This book was just incredible. It was phenomenal. It was fast paced. It was bingeable. It was funny. The MMC in this book will go down as one of my top favorite male main characters I've ever read in my whole life. He is insane. Don't get me wrong. He's broody. He's rude. He's an asshole. But he is insane in the best way possible because he's insane for her. In this book, you are following Ferris, whose town is being consumed by this magical, haunted, diseased forest. And every 50 years, the forest allows people to enter in order to try and reclaim the animal spirits to lift the curse off of the forest, to remove the curse from the forest. And in doing that, she enters, and her and Hendrix kind of become reluctant allies because she has knowledge that he needs, and then vice versa. And so they kind of begrudgingly start to like each other. He does kidnap her, so that's how they meet. So they don't start off on like the best basis. And this was just so unbelievably phenomenal. This is the first book in a duology. The next book comes out in July. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen though. And I'm so excited about it. The stakes of this book were exponentially high. They were so high to begin with. And then at the end of this book, the cliffhanger, if the stakes were not already high, they are even higher. And it was just so like, oh my God, it was absolutely phenomenal. I talk about this book like it's a 5-star, and it might be. I might change my rating because every time I look at this book, which it's beautiful, I just like, I have no words. It was fantastic. And I really, really, really recommend that you guys pick this up. Okay, the next book that I read in the month of February was The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. And this book, initially, I was so into it. I loved it. I was eating it up. It's about a princess who's hidden away from society and is raised to be a spy because the king of a neighboring kingdom of hers requires a queen, and her kingdom has to supply him with one. And she gets selected to be his queen. But you find out that she's actually been raised to be a spy so that when she becomes his queen, she will learn as much as she can and spy and everything so that she can pass information back to her kingdom so that they can infiltrate the king's kingdom. You're following Aaron and Laura. Aaron is the king and Laura is his queen, and you kind of follow Laura as she spies on him but also gets to know him. And it was really good. I did really like it. And then there was a certain point where I felt Laura was kind of, she is so smart. And part of Laura's superpower in this book was that she kept that part of herself kind of hidden, and everyone just kind of assumed that she was this harmless, secluded girl from the desert. And because that's the front that she showed. And it allowed her to be such a good spy. But then at some point, something happened. I don't really remember what. And she just kind of started making really stupid decisions. And I'm like, you're so intelligent. Why are you doing that? And that really, really knocked some points off for me. And then a couple things towards the ending were just also not my favorite. And so I ended up rating this a 3.5. It is good. I do recommend it. It's a beautiful book, and I do think that I will be continuing this duology. Technically, this entire series is already out, just the hardcover special editions are being released in are now being released. So I do think I will finish it. I'm just, compared to Hollow, it was not nearly as good. Okay, and now this will probably go down as the something I regret most about the month of February, and that is not vlogging me reading these two books. Because I didn't vlog them, I will be talking about them at great length right now. Actually, I'm going to attach this here so that I can hold both of them up. And those two books were Heated Rivalry and The Long Game. Obviously, these books have blown up on TikTok and they've blown up everywhere because of the TV show. And I need you guys to know that this duology is unbelievably perfect. Absolutely perfect. There's no notes. This series, it starts off with Heated Rivalry, and it is Ilya and Shane, and they are rival hockey players. They have been rivals since their entry into the NHL, and you follow them. It's a lot of time jumps as their teams meet, and they have a very lustful connection at first. But when I tell you, that isn't even the point of this book. It is a spicy book, but that's not even the point. It's just not. This book has absolutely nothing, or it doesn't have absolutely nothing, but it is so much more than just a spicy book and two hot hockey players. It is so much more than that. It is so much deeper than that. And when you guys go into this, I need you guys to know that, because I think with everybody going crazy over the TV show, I think the actual relationship and the emotional connection that these two have can really get kind of watered down or forgotten. But that is the point. These two characters are so special, and you learn about them, every aspect about them, their flaws and their their worries and their concerns and why they have to stay hidden. And it is so heartbreaking, but also watching them fall in love with each other was just completely beautiful. Like, there's no other way for it, or to describe it rather. And then The Long Game, this book was a lot more heavy than Heated Rivalry, but it was so, oh my god, it was just perfect. Ilya in this, there is a lot of mental health representation in this book, and it was just, it had me crying on the train, but crying because of good reasons and bad reasons. And it just oh my god, I can't tell you what this one is about because it obviously follows the events of Heated Rivalry, but it's just so, it was so perfect. And you're following obviously the events of Heated Rivalry years later, and you're just following these characters as they try and make their relationship work no matter what. And because they love each other so much that they will do anything to make it work. But they're trying to balance that with their careers, and it's just balancing that, and it was just perfect. So obviously, 6-star reads right here. There's nothing else that this series could be because of that. And upon finishing this is a hockey romance. Usually people are like a light, fluffy sports romance, but when I tell you that I am utterly blown away by Rachel Reed's ability to like bring you into the lives of these two characters and make you love them just as much as they love each other. It is just it is incredible. Her talent is actually amazing, and I am blown away just thinking about it. And the show as well. The show is very good, and I highly recommend it, but I recommend the books more because you get even more of them, and it's just perfect, and it was phenomenal. And I wish I would have vlogged this with you guys, but I was just so immersed in this story that it was just perfect. And I would have just been saying that the whole time, but I love this so much. And this was incredible. You guys really, really, really need to read this. And now, the last and the final book that I read in February was A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. And this book is just the definition, the blueprint of beautiful. This is just, I tabbed it. It is just like, you know, when an author has the ability to make mundane things beautiful, that is what Brittany Arena was able to do with this story. In this, you're following Vasily, who was the king's jewel, the king's dancer, and she was framed for murder by the king and thrown in jail for 2 years. And during those 2 years, due to the condition that she was kept in prison, her body, her muscles, and her nerves all deteriorated, and she now has very, very extensive nerve damage, which really inhibits her ability to do pretty much anything that she was able to do before she was put in prison. Very early on, the king pulls her out of prison and says, I need you to become my jewel again. I need you to whip yourself back up into shape and become the professional dancer and performer that you were, and be my spy at this upcoming royal gathering of sorts. Vasily embodied female rage in this book because she had every right to be mad because he put her in prison and then pulled her out of prison and expected her to heal on his timeline because he needed to use her for his personal gain. And she was just not having it. So you're following Vasily as she goes to this gathering and she spies and she's completing these tasks that the king has set for her, and you're meeting new people. And one thing that I absolutely adored about this book is the way that Brittany Arena portrayed Vasily's strength through dance and through her ability to perform and bring everyone else, into the story that she was writing through her movement and through her performances. And as a professional dancer for a majority of my life, it just felt so empowering, and like I just felt so understood that Brittany Arena she just got it. I just felt so understood in that in of itself is just a superpower and something special that Vasily had to kind of find a new way to find her strength in that, because she still is able to dance, but she just has to learn how to dance differently than she used to. And at first, it's really difficult for her because she can't do what she used to do, but she finds a way to excel at it despite the disability that she's facing with her nerves. And it was just absolutely impeccable. Vasily is such a strong female main character, and I just loved reading about her because she's so strong and she's so determined. And through everything that she's been through and was going through, she did not let that stop her. And I think she fell in love with dance again. And it just was beautiful. It was, oh my God, it was absolutely perfect. And this book, honestly, I think this is more of a fantasy than it is a romantasy. There is No, I wouldn't even really say that there's a hint of romance. There are male main characters, but honestly, I believe that this story focuses more on Vasily as a female main character than her pursuing or finding a relationship with someone else. And and there's nothing wrong with that, nothing at all. And it was perfect for what the story was, because I think if there would have been more romance, you wouldn't have been able to learn quite as much about Vasily and see her grow and find her strength again. And that ending, absolutely incredible. That cliffhanger was absolutely diabolical. Diabolical. I thought I knew what was happening. Turns out I did not. And oh my God, it was just absolute perfection. I think everybody needs to read this book. It has incredible disability representation. It has an incredible world. The writing is beautiful, and it just had me feeling all of the feelings. And I don't know what else I would have to say for you to pick this up. It is beautiful. It was fantastic. And like, obviously, this was a 6-star read. This could possibly be my favorite book that I've ever read in my entire life. That is how much I loved this book. And oh my gosh, like, just fantastic. The second book is coming out in a couple months. I forget, sometime in the spring, summer. I will put it up on the screen with the date, but that is skyrocketed to one of my most anticipated reads of 2026. Truly, this book is a masterpiece that everybody needs to read. It is just simply that good. All right, guys, those were the 5 books that I read in February. Let me know how many books you read in the month of February and what book was your favorite. I will be posting my March TBR very soon, so you guys will be seeing that. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I will put that up on the screen. And with that, I hope your next read is a 5-star, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!